speak. Father God, Lord, let me decrease while you increase in me fully in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. So, okay, to come back and drop a couple nuggets, okay? So, for a few people, okay? They were stealing from you the whole time, right? If you've seen, maybe probably, I don't know how many videos back, shoot, I've been making them back to back to back. But if you go through there, you'll run into it. It's talking about the narcissist and how they steal from you, right? They're cowards. Point blank period, right? They're cowards. This is why they do everything secretly, right? And they lie, cheat, and steal, right? And they lie so much that they can't, it's hard for them to go back and cover up their other lies, right? Or remember what lie they told you before, not knowing that you're keeping track of what they're saying to you, okay? Because you're the one that's put together. You're the one that has the mental fortitude, right? And the emotional intelligence to spot all these things, right? And even in that, to just store it away, right? And not say anything, okay? And you might even try to warn them, not directly, but see, empaths, we know how to, when we catch on to someone, we know how to find out answers, right? From that person that they're not giving us. We know how to find out answers by playing along, okay? And they give it away every time. They give it away, okay? And they don't even know that they're doing this, right? This is why we're able to set them up in this way, right? 222 on my timer. That's why I say they're mentally retarded. Like, for real, they're mentally retarded. This is why the smear campaign, for example, when they go around lying to you, right? I mean, lying to people about you, right? Or telling things that happened in your childhood that you were vulnerable with, with them, they don't realize during that smear campaign that people see them for who they are while they're doing that, especially if the person that they're talking about isn't saying anything, right? People aren't stupid, right? The only ones that do believe them or the ones that go around with them trying to slander you, they're the same type of person that they are, right? Stupidity, ignorance, just straight up dumb. And they end up using each other anyway, right? A narcissist has no true friends, okay? No true relationships, nobody that is loyal to them, right? It's always to a fault, right? They're always, while they're using people, they're always being used twice as much as they're using people, but they're too dumb to see it until they're left alone like they are now, okay? Every narcissist in this season, I can tell you right now, is sitting either alone, definitely alone, right? So, thank you, Holy Spirit. The people that they thought that they were going to be able to fall back on, right? Left them alone. Left them alone. Why? Because they know who they are. So when you knowing who somebody is, why would you have that type of destruction around you, right? You would just use them for what you want to use them for, right? Because they're too stupid to realize that that's happening, right? This is that whole grandiosity, God complex that they have, godlike complex. And the fact that they don't listen to anyone, right? So they cannot be taught new things, right? So they're always stuck with this low vibrational, false intelligence, right? It's not intelligence, it's stupidity and ignorance. Okay? A person that cannot take criticism of any kind, constructive or unconstructive, they can't learn anything new. This is why they repeat the same cycles over and over and over. And it always ends the same way. The same way. And they repeat that into old age unto their death, right? If they don't change. Most of them, they do not change. Okay? They're stuck with those demons. Those legions of demons. Some of them have thousands of demons in them. Just controlling their bodies, right? This is why they can seem confused sometimes, like what happened? Because that demon has come up, right, and taken control of that vessel, right, in those times when they're stealing people's energy, people's, their grace, right? That demon comes up, they all take turns, they come up and they just run wild and rampant and just do whatever, right? So there was one time I wasn't sure, right? And God used this to confirm to me, right? But the narcissist, my ex, right? He thought he was being facetious and basically smacking me in the face, right? Thinking that I didn't know what he was trying to do, right? So there was some type of a lawsuit that came from a car that they used to have, right? That they had lost, that kept messing up. And it kept messing up because they were receiving their karma already. It was just warming up, right? One car, got towed. The other one started breaking down, and they were too stupid to see it, right? But it was from their karma, their negative demonic energy, right? And especially because they met you, the child of God, right? That's when the karma started. Okay, because they run from bedpost to bedpost, right? But with you, your grace was covering them, which is why they weren't receiving what they deserved, right? They were actually starting to do better, right? Because that's what you came in their life for, right? To try to get them out of that demonic lifestyle that they were living, right? But they saw you as a threat, so they started competing with you. Right? They wanted to be you, right? They started dressing like you, acting like you, watching everything that you were doing, started to try to talk like you, right? They would regurgitate things to you that you had taught them. And you'd be sitting there looking like, saying to yourself, is he stupid or something? Like, because the stuff that comes from his brain, like from him, are stupid things. Like, and I'm using the word stupid because it fits. Stupid is and stupid does. They would say things that were so unintelligent that it was like a 5-year-old in an adult body. And they would always say, oh, you treat me like a child. Well, you are a child. You are. You don't know how to clean for yourself. You don't know how to do anything. Like, they literally don't know how to do anything themselves. They barely know how to groom themselves properly, right? At all. More times than not, when we met them, they were a bum. I'm just being honest. They were a bum. They didn't know how to dress, right? Their upkeep was ill, right? And we kind of took them on as a project, right? So anyway, back to the him trying to be trying to add insult to injury, right? So he had like this $2,000 something, I think it was $2,000 something, lawsuit or whatever, right? So he's like, oh, that got taken care of, whatever. $2,000 something lawsuit, right? While they ran up all my bills, right? Didn't pay for a damn thing. Ran up all my bills, okay? moved into a new apartment, got this brand new big screen TV, paid this $2,000 something lawsuit off. How'd you do that? Where'd you get that money from? That told me right there, that confirmed what God was telling me, like that they were stealing off of my altar, off of my spiritual altar. You can steal off of somebody's spiritual altar and the money will come to you some way, shape, or form. It'll manifest in the physical, okay? And this is how they were stealing from you. This is how they were stealing from you, right? So I'm like, okay, that was just confirmation. I didn't get mad or nothing. That just confirmed what the Lord was telling me. All the while, they're telling on themselves, right? So this is how you can draw that information out of them, right? Without them knowing, because they're too stupid to put together anything. Narcissists don't have the ability of foresight, right? They don't have the ability to look at themselves and be like, hey, if I make this decision, this might happen in the future, right? They don't have that ability. They're dumb. So if you want to figure out what they're doing and, figure out the truth, first off is listen twice as much as you speak, right? Because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, right? So whatever they tell you, okay, with their mouth, their fruit is going to show something else, right? And especially when they're mad and they go into that narcissistic rage, all the things that come out of their mouth, that's truth. That's the truth, right? That mask slips, right? That is the truth, right? And they come in, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say. No, they meant everything they said. They meant everything they said, right? And they can't take it back. They don't have the ability to do these things, right? Because they are false. You get what I'm saying? They're false. Everything about them is false, right? They don't know who they are. They don't have their own personality. They don't have their own uniqueness to themselves. They don't have anything of themselves because they're an empty vessel. They're soulless. And 99% of the time, they're into witchcraft and voodoo and all that, those type things. And I didn't see this sign until, I saw it, but I didn't really notice it until it got brought back up again. He had this black magic book, right? I forgot what story he gave me of why he had it, right? But I told him to get rid of that shit. Excuse my language. I told him to get rid of that, right? Get that out of my house. He never did, right? And I found this out when we had broken up. When I broke up with him. After second time, I think. And just another confirmation to what the Holy Spirit had already been telling me, right? And I would be testing him, right? And I would let him dig a hole, right? As the questions I would ask him, I would just let him just continue to dig a hole. I would give him the chance to tell the truth, but I already knew that he wasn't going to. So I would allow him to dig himself in a hole, right? Just keep lying to me, just keep lying. And I allowed that because I was trying to sever that tie, right? Sever the love that I had for them, right? Allowing all the fakeness to be exposed, right? And that just made me furthermore disgusted at this person and looking at this person. It made it that much easier for me to cut ties with them and let them go, right? Knowing that they never gave a damn, right? That they lied. Everything that came out of their mouth was a lie, right? That they slept with every single person they came into contact with, which made me disgusted over them. I was doing this on purpose so that there would be no attraction from me to them, right? That there would be no more liking of me to them. That every time I thought about them, they disgusted me, right? And I did not want them anywhere in my sight, right? Or my presence. It was a strategy that I used, right? To train my mind, right? To break, thank you, Holy Spirit, to break those ties that they tried to make, those trauma bonds that they tried to make, right? I told you guys that Khalil raped me, right? When I was asleep. Ooh, I did not mean to say his name, but don't matter, it's out there, whatever. I'm sure people already freaking know who he is. But any other time he never pursued me, and we're adults, we're talking here. He never pursued me sexually, right? It was always me the other way around. You know, I had to ask, right? I had to make a schedule for it, right? And the only time he pursued me, right, in that way was when I was passed out asleep. I woke up and this dude's literally having sex with my body while I'm unconscious. At the time, I thought that he was doing something else. You know, your counterpart wakes you up. You know, wakes you up in the middle of the night. Everybody knows that. You know, little freaky deaky love, you know, stuff. When I was able to take a step back and look at it, I saw for what it really was. Dude raped me in my sleep, right? And he did this because he knew that I was sexually abused as a child, right? And so was he. He lied to me and told me that, oh, I don't know, nothing happened to me in my childhood, and if I did, I probably forgot about it or blocked it out. Lies. That's where the incest comes in, right? Cousins sleeping with each other, mother, son, father, daughter, sexual relationships, you name it, they've done it, okay? And see, in the beginning, it's going to hurt you, okay? It's going to hurt you in the beginning. And that's their plan, for it to hurt you. They're doing it on purpose for it to hurt you. Why? Because they draw off of that pain. That pain and that negative energy feeds them, feeds those demons that are in them, right? If they don't have fuel or supply, then it's kind of like they implode, you know? They inwardly eat themselves, right? They die slowly. If you give a narcissist no energy, that is a narcissistic injury, right? You ignore them, right? You finally sever the tie from them, like, because at first it's hard to ignore them, right? You're waiting for them to call. And this is by design. They designed it this way so that you would always try to chase after them. I don't know why. It's the stupidity, I'm telling you. They think that, even in them doing this, they think that you can't make it without them once they leave. So that you'll always be either waiting for them or chasing after them, right? Because they want to be worshipped. That's what they want. They want to be worshipped, right? Ugh, it's disgusting. The most disgusting creatures on this earth, I swear. They want you to worship them, chase after them, and all this. And they think that once they leave and discard you and go to the next person who can never be you, right? Because they go from person to person trying to find you. Once you finally do leave and cut them off, they go from person to person, from bedpost to bedpost, trying to find you. But there's no one else like you, right? That's why losing you will be the biggest regret for the rest of their lives. They'll never find nobody else like you. They won't. They'll go and try, but they will never. Gary, I promise you, they'll never find anybody else like you. They won't. Why? Because you're a chosen one. There's not a lot of us. 144,000 to be exact. Okay? So these are the tactics, some of the tactics that they use, right? But it all ends up just crumbling down on them, right? Especially when they come into contact with us, right? Because they're playing and messing with something that they have no idea of. That's why they're shocked and dumbfounded now, looking at us, watching us. Addicted to our lives, right? They did everything they could to us, even tried to kill us. Literally. That has to be some type of sinister evil to poison you and then lay in the bed with you, cuddle with you every day, every night, playing a role and just waiting for you to kill over. That has to be some type of sinister evil, right? And I told you, they do the child molestation, they do that too. right? They do that. This is real. This is real, okay? This is why they don't tell you anything about their past. And if they do tell you something, it's all fabricated. It's switched around, right? A lot of them have permanent diseases, right? Like HIV or a disease that they can't get rid of, right? And they will use that, right? They will keep a secret from everybody else, even their family, so they can use it at their convenience, right? So they'll leave a relationship and they will go around saying that when they're signing your name, they'll go around saying that, oh, this person gave me this. This person gave me. That's why they don't tell their families, right? They don't let their families in on, they're not vulnerable with their families or anyone. So they can use these things later, right? At will. They think they're smart. They think they're smart. So they can use these things later at will, right? Thank God there's a medical record. People have personal medical records, because if they do lie or try to use that against you, because they'll try to put you in jail too, right? A few of you, they've called the police on you and tried to get you arrested, right? But they told you, when you weren't answering the phone, they told you that they called the police trying to get them to do a welfare check on you. Don't ever believe that. No. Ever. Like this, the deception goes deep, right? It's very sinister, okay? Very cowardly, okay? They are the biggest insecure cowards that you will ever meet in life, right? They can never stand up on their own two feet. They can never face you to your face, right? They do everything behind your back. They're cowards. They know that they're weak and insecure, right? And nobody likes them, right? Everybody uses them for their bodies, for what they have. And it just turns them into a more evil, sinister individual. And they ultimately end up destroying themselves. 22 on my timer. You know I'm telling the truth. Holy Spirit is telling me right now that He's going to reveal all things to you. All things to you. Okay? Before you go to your next level, He's going to reveal all things to you. So everything's going to be laid bare and in the open, right? Doing the same with me. Like, my ex doesn't think that I know all that I know, right? I don't voice everything that I know that he's done or has been doing. No, smarter than that. You don't let them know that you know everything that they know. That they've been doing, right? Just little pieces here and there. Let them allow them to think that they're still ahead of the game when they're already buried, right? You're just waiting for the karmic cycle to start, right? The reaping what they have been sowing, right? And they think that, thank you, Holy Spirit, they think that they can ride this karma out, right? Okay, I'm gonna just deal with it and facing it. No. You guys see the homeless people on the street? A lot of homeless people on the street are homeless because they ran into a narcissist. Multiple narcissists. Because they wore their heart in their sleeves, right? Because they got taken advantage of, and these type of people came in, wrecked their lives, took everything they had, and if they didn't die and lose their lives, they ended up on the street homeless. Right? You never know a person's story, right? That's why you should never judge a book by its cover. You never know a person's story of how, their life went and how they got to the place that they got to, right? So I try my possible best, to never judge a book by its cover, right? We're human, we make mistakes, but that's how we learn, right? At least we have the ability to learn, right? They don't. They make the same stupid mistakes, run the same cycles, right? They have no originality. They have no individuality. They have no capacity to do better, right? To do more, right? They want all these good things in life, but they're disgusting and wicked, nasty people. He even told me why I had pulled his card one day, and he couldn't say nothing, right? He even told me I'm not a good person. Duh. I think you're giving yourself a little credit there. Let's take it a little further. I'm a very disgusting and nasty and foul person, right? Without a soul, right? I sold my soul to the devil, trying to sacrifice yours for industry, right? For invention. This is why they don't support your ideas and your goals, because they're stealing them. They're trying to steal them and start get an LLC and everything. Yeah, they're trying to steal them. They're not smart. They're not. And they never come to this realization, no matter how much hell they go through. They think they're going to come out of that and then just go back to what they were doing. No, that's not happening this time. That's not happening this time. Either you get with it or you get left behind. And they're getting left behind. God is leaving them behind. Why? Because they will not learn. They will not wise up, right? And they have chance after chance after chance after chance. And then when it's too late and they have no more chances, they're sitting there, big-lipped and teary-eyed and crap, but for the wrong reasons, right? Not because they're sorry for what they did, not because they know that they're wrong for doing horrible, nasty, despicable things to good people that did nothing but help them, right? Because that's all we did was help them, right? But they're sad and they're crying and they're upset and embarrassed because everybody can see who they are now. People knew who they were before, right? They had people under spells and charms. Remember, they weren't working alone, right? They had flying monkeys, right? That's what we call flying monkeys. They had help. But those people are the same type of people as they are. A gang of stupid trolls, clout chasers, gold diggers. That's what they are. They're clout chasing gold diggers. It's just the truth. So, child of God, don't feel bad, okay? You are blessed. Thank God that they're gone now. Thank God that they're gone now. Like me now, if they were to come back and try to explain something, I don't even want to hear it now, because I got all the information that I need. I don't need to see your face again. I don't need to hear your voice again. I don't need to hear anything besides what the Holy Spirit tells me or what I'm looking at in the Spirit, because the Lord was going to tell you at some point in time, the Lord's going to, advance your gifts, and then He's going to tell you, hey, it's time for exposure, right? This is what they've been doing. Take a look, and you check it out. And by the time you're ready to go into the next level, you're fine. You're healed from it, right? You've learned a lot from it. You got a testimony behind it, and they're gonna stay at the bottom, right? They could have been up there with you, but they decided not to. They're gonna stay at the bottom for the rest of their lives, right? While you're on celebrity status, and they'll be watching you on TV. And then they'll be trying to tell people, oh, I used to know them. Yeah, that was my ex. Clout chasing. That's why if anybody ever asks me from now on, hey, do I know this person? Like, if anybody ever asks me, do I know this person? Yeah, I don't know. Who? I've never met a person with that name before. I have no idea what you're talking about. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You will have no tie to me, no claim to fame through me, nothing. You couldn't be me when you tried, okay? They couldn't be us when they tried. So, I hope that gave you some type of comfort, okay? Some type of reassurance, okay? to not worry about these backwards walking giraffe monkey dogs on a leash. These rabbits wearing a hat. Monkeys with turtlenecks on. Let me get off of here, okay? I love you guys, man, okay? Hold up. Let me get y'all the proverb. Psalm 91:2, I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in Him will I trust. All right, I'll let y'all later. Peace.